Yeah, and I think too, William, as you're sort of talking about it, I'm constantly on my team to make sure that they understand, what our value proposition is to them. So in a lean role, it's making sure that you can generate more value with less resource. In the quality role that I'm in now, it's really making sure that each one of the engineers understands, my job is to enable the business to go use the supply chain that they need to, in an effort to get the very best product with the features that our customers want and are yearning for on our way through. So being able for them to succinctly say, my value proposition back to the business is enabling and making sure that our plants can run disruption free, so that we can, drive through the value, drive through the innovation, deliver on customer expectation all the way through. So, as we're seeing risk and as we're, wading our way through a supply chain that, might not be the most optimal from a quality perspective, we can absolutely go mitigate those risks, understand what we need to do to drive value back into the business and enable new cool technologies or a different supply base or the right geography to support our production needs and make sure that we're really feeding into to what the sales guys need and what the customers want. So an example, right, is, we were working through releasing exhaust on one of our new vehicles. And as we were driving through the specifications and the cosmetic requirements and the location of the inlet and the outlet were all different than what we had developed before. So as we're working through an international supply base where we're over in Southeast Asia, we have to both educate them on what the specifications are. We're putting some pretty serious GD&T on fabrication parts. So there was a ton of learning that was going into the supplier on how to hold, what that needed to look like, fixturing that they needed to have, and then two, their solutions needed to support the capacity that we were running up against, so that not only did it meet the specification, but it also had to meet the throughput. So you had to balance out what that requirement was, what their sampling plan was. And then lastly, as we were coming into launch, Polaris is known for launching a lot of vehicles and bringing a lot of excitement to the marketplace. And so we see a really steep ramp up as we're finishing up with the product development and validation. So we needed to make sure that that supplier was stable as we were coming into it. So not only did they have the ability to meet the specs at the capacity that was required, but they had to have stability in their process to be able to do it. So that was my team's responsibility, was to make sure that we could meet those three requirements so that